We're keeping an eye on what is happening in Washington, D.C. as the House is expected to vote on the Republican budget proposal that includes trillions of dollars in spending reductions.
Most controversial among them would be nearly $1 trillion in cuts to Medicaid over the next decade, something that could impact more than 3 million Ohioans who rely on those benefits. News 5's John Kosick tells us that could impact Ohio hospitals as well.
If Congress moves forward with proposed cuts to Medicaid, no congressional district in the state will be more impacted than the 11th in Cuyahoga County. The Department of Energy and Commerce estimates that 38% of the population here relies on Medicaid. Included among them is Adrian's son, who has a developmental disability.
Him being without Medicaid is a real serious issue. I mean, it's life altering.
The Center for American Progress estimates the district, represented by Congresswoman Shontel Brown, could see more than $3.1 billion in cuts to Medicaid over the next 9 years.
What's going to happen in the 11th congressional district is nearly 300,000 people will be impacted by these cuts.
Beyond that, the 11th congressional district is home to the state's largest employer, the Cleveland Clinic, the state's 8th largest in UH, as well as Metro Health. Brown worries about the impact on them and hospitals across the state.
We can expect to see what happened back in, I think it was like 97. They had a proposal that would have similar effects of what we're anticipating now, where several hospitals started to close down. So we want to be able to try to circumvent that. We want to prevent that from happening.
It was something former Governor John Kasich warned about when he sought to expand Medicaid in 2013.
Let me tell you, you want to create chaos? Don't pass this and see what happens to the Cleveland Clinic and University Hospital up there in Cleveland. It will be a very bad impact on them.
He had to go around the legislature to do it, but he was able to expand Medicaid, which has added 770,000 Ohioans to the rolls of the insured. Since then, the Cleveland Clinic has seen its employment swell by over 40%, UH by more than 60%. The one possible silver lining is if these cuts pass out of the House, they would have to be approved as well by the Senate. And Senator Bernie Moreno tells me Medicaid cuts for him will be a non-starter.
Republicans are not going to cut Medicaid benefits at all.
He said there will be reforms to the system to make it more efficient and eliminate fraud, but Republican cuts to Medicaid in the House won't be supported by his colleagues in the Senate.
Anybody watching this broadcast who does not need to worry about their benefits being cut. That is something we should not be doing, is scaring people unnecessarily.
News to Adrian's ears, news she wishes other Republicans would then be more vocal about.
Why aren't they telling people this? It's like everybody's just sitting there in some sort of comatose state, wondering what's tomorrow going to bring.
In Cleveland, John Kosick, News 5.